Good evening, the internet. So we meet again on the other side of a holiday season and in a new year. It's just wild over here. It might not be a new year for you if you're just waking up and confused. Or maybe you're a time traveler and you've been through this year before and it's not new at all. Who knows? Anyway, I'm CADave. Welcome to Burning Bright, our Blade Runner actual play here on the Happy Jacks RPG Network. I use he, him pronouns. This is episode 12 of our run here. If you haven't caught previous episodes or you're behind and you're like, I thought this was supposed to be episode 10, you can go find the rest of our episodes at happyjacks.org/burningbright. As a heads up, as I say at the beginning of every one of these, this is an M or R rated experience. We don't shy away from adult themes and topics, and it's Blade Runner. You have to have moral quandaries and problems. Otherwise, what are we doing here? It's just, nobody wants cotton candy cyberpunk. Well, maybe. Maybe we do sometimes. I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture anything that fits that category.
Yeah. I mean, we bring Ryan Gosling back around now that he's inhabited Ken. And bring him
It's the other K.
Yeah. Then we can end up there, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, let's go around the table. We'll start to my right, which is Sam.
Hello, that's me. I'm definitely here. My name's Sam. I use she, her pronouns. And I am here to be a problem. Her name is Kestrel, and she also uses she, her pronouns. She is an enforcer and a very grumpy replicant.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Kai. I use he, they, and she pronouns, and I am also a super helpful, not at all a problem replicant named Haru, who uses they, them pronouns. And we're the only two replicants, right?
Correct.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
Joey.
Hey everybody, I am Joey, and I am playing Gavin Huxley, the fixer, who is definitely not a replicant, but I may be the drama. Am I the drama? I don't know. I don't think I'm the drama. Am I the drama?
I mean, it's equal opportunity drama. Right?
I think Brick is the drama.
Brick is definitely the drama.
Yeah. Last but not least, hi, my name's Cousteau. I use he, him pronouns. I play Fjor Rotari. Also uses he, him pronouns and is a veteran, completely non-ambivalent, upfront, totally direct, not walking the razor's edge of duplicity Cityspeaker.
Dang it. Now I've got the song from Scarface
Oh,
in my head.
yeah.
I always do that. I eventually put a song in Cadave's head.
Yup.
Green Jello or
Now
Scarface.
it's just, push it to the limit. That's all you get. That's all you get. Otherwise, big 80s music is coming for me. All right. So it has been a while since we played because holidays are busy times. And as you can see, even tonight, things have been busy and we're all a little bit separated by space, but not by time, thanks to the magic of the internet. But
No. I'm good at this.
That was awesome.
No notes.
No.
That was awesome.
No. So, last episode, we kicked things off with the discovery that deceased Quell has been replaced by brand new, fresh out of the bag
Yeah.
Quell.
Dropped
Yeah.
from the ceiling from a bag.
Yeah.
Well.
Nothing
Yeah.
beats that new Quell smell.
Oh!
golly.
Ew.
You know,
Parts
that's
is
something I don't think
parts.
I've ever thought about.
I don't like it.
I don't think I've ever thought about what that goop of
Yeah.
fake amniotic fluid would smell like.
I've always thought of it like
people.
auger, so it just kind of doesn't
Oh.
smell.
Oh.
Maybe,
Mm.
but maybe
But
not.
maybe it's not.
Yeah. There's the cotton candy.
Oh God,
Wow. Oh no.
Mr. Wallace, why does it
Literally.
smell this way?
I remember as a child going to the carnival once.
He's Jared Leto. That's all you need to know.
Watched Willy
Oh,
Wonka too many times.
oh,
Oh man.
all the replicants are weirdly adverse to the smell of cotton candy.
There's just cotton candy vendors have to take out extra insurance
Yeah.
because every once in a while there's just a replicant will walk by at the wrong time.
Ah, drama.
Just ripping
Cotton
apart
candy's the cabbages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
From my mind to your mouth, Joey.
All right. So we had discovered there is a new Quell who kind of put the hammer down on the deputy chief about figuring out who killed them and why and what's going on. Also, why this judge situation hasn't resolved itself. And then the additions of the Ultimate Warrior and the sous chef that Quell doesn't even really know about or care. In that process, I'm going to give a humanity point to Joey for just being high as fuck and walking in the room. Because waking up from not sleeping much at all and then deciding to go with the pharmaceutical route to be chipper in the morning is a great choice, and I love it.
Yeah.
And then watching a ghost sit there and lecture people, that's pretty good too. I will give a promotion point to Fjor for searching through the memory pile
Oh, okay.
and really figuring out, like, well, nothing is an exact match, but you have a bunch of like individual pieces
Okay.
that are weird. But a promotion point to Kestrel for putting together more video footage of the killer. Kind of
Awesome.
creating a biometric, like their walk pattern kind of thing. Let's see. What after that? After that, a promotion point to Haru for essentially ruling out
Logan.
Shimano Dominguez. Yeah.
And all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, maybe the corporation, something's going on. Who knows?
Yeah.
But the person of the ex-CEO is not.
Yeah. Jaden, not it.
Yeah. No.
Did give him a really nasty phone call when he was wishing he were asleep. Other
Yes.
than that.
Thanks to the angry HR person that was like, "Yeah, you can call him. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's funny.
He likes early morning phone call."
Yeah.
You'd probably get a humanity point for getting through the human resources
Oh,
angle.
I did people thing. Ha ha.
You managed to convince them that, sure, okay, yeah, not just here's some corporate doublespeak and we'll contact you later. Let's see. After that, you went to observe Kestrel talking with the AI.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you guys could both get a humanity point there. Because you haven't put that there's something wrong with the AI in any official reports yet. Right?
No.
No, and I also lied to Quell about that and told them that it was anonymous instead of telling them that the AI contacted me.
Right,
Mhm.
definitely humanity point. Which may be nice of you when that AI takes over the world,
Yeah.
but maybe it's not a good idea to have an unbalanced AI take over the world. Who knows?
Or just make sure you're friends with it.
Right. Like, who did that stand-up bit about bringing the Snickers? Oh,
I don't-
was it Dane Cook?
Oh God.
Like, I mean, this was like
No, I know.
late 90s,
Yeah,
early 2000s.
he has
did
a lot
bit
of
about, like,
deeply
you know,
memorable
find that
stuff.
weird guy at work that you're pretty sure is going to be the one that goes off
I
the
think
handle
it might have
someday.
been Dane
You
Cook
bring that guy a Snickers
Snickers
every
and-
week.
every week. Yeah.
You're a
And
survivor.
then when things go wrong, he's going to get to your desk and go, Snickers, and keep walking.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
That sounds
Yeah.
about like when the postal
That tracks,
going
yeah.
postal was
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
For the just clarification, because it's not in my notes, you've not shared with Gavin and I about the AI, right?
I don't think I told any of you that the AI is who called me.
Yeah. Well, I know that you said that it was just an anonymous source, but now that Fjor knows, I'm just double checking.
Fjord doesn't,
Mm-mm.
because I
Fjord
didn't
knows
mention that.
Like, the AI is
Yeah.
having some issues.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's more what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I
Oh,
don't think-
okay.
I don't think that Kestrel let it out that
N-
the AI is who called.
No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then where did you go again, Gavin? Do you remember?
Yeah, I went to Quell's office. And
Oh, that's
had-
right. You met Kevin.
Kevin.
Yes. Oh,
From,
Kevin.
from the tech land.
Yep.
Yeah.
From tech support.
Kevin, the tech support.
Kevin,
guy.
who now lives at Wallace forever and can never leave.
Yeah, until they decide to change their mind. Yes.
And he's become a fan of Coke.
Yes.
I mean,
Got him hooked on that
He's
Coca-Cola.
Right. Yep. That's it.
and who stole a handful of Danishes. So he's a rebel.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I also learned that there are 3 replicants.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
like you really forgot. Samantha?
I did forget about that. I have a terrible memory. That's why I write things down.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought, okay.
So, I'll give you a humanity point because you kept that quiet.
For now.
For now.
For now.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you could earn a promotion point for doing a turn in later, but
Finally,
Uh,
everyone is. One person knows.
yeah,
There are 4
one
of us.
person in the group. knows.
No, none of us knows.
Yeah. And then you also discovered that, like, Wallace doesn't know. Wallace doesn't know what's the cause, right?
Right.
And then I think that's about where we ended it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't remember anything after Kevin.
I don't have anything after that shift, so.
Mm-mm.
And we're picking up on what shift again?
Shift 3.
Shift.
Yep.
Day
Oh.
3.
Can you remind me how we spend humanity points to increase attributes or skills
got
or whatever
you.
we increase?
I was also just gonna look that up.
I have it.
Because I have acquired a
Habits.
decent amount of humanity points, and I want to.
You have to
Get
take a
good.
shift to do it.
Yes, you do have to take a shift to receive training.
Here we go. For humanity points, it is to go from D to C is 5, to go to C to B is 10, to go to B to A is 15. And it's on skills specifically.
Okay.
And we use a shift to do that.
Gain, spend time training that skill or reading up on it or studying an article or whatever. But it does
Meditating.
take a shift of time.
Okay.
And no, I won't be a jerk and be like, oh, at the end of your shift, you get an emergency call and you have to leave. Haha, you wasted your shift.
Ha
No, it's fine. And then promotion points. Is that on that same page?
Yeah, I think approach
it's-
points. It's 10 points to get a.
The promotion
Specialty.
performance in a
Yeah, I think
Oh.
it's 10 for a specialty.
For humanity points, the book actually says a skill increase of 1 level can only take place during a shift of downtime.
Oh, so it's not a special training. It's happens.
so
For
the-
humanity.
Oh,
That's humanity
Yeah, for
specifically.
promotion
Mhm.
points.
Yeah.
earn a new
Yeah,
specialty.
sorry.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
Specialties. I have the list of them. Let's see here.
But I think you're right. I think it is 10 points,
I think you're right too.
if I remember correctly.
For humanity.
No, for
No,
promotion,
for
points.
promotion points.
To get a new specialty skill.
Okay.
I can't be that far from the humanity points. Let's see.
Don't remember.
So, everybody remember when we get to the next downtime shift.
5.
Oh, it's 5 for a new specialty.
New specialty of your choice by spending a shift at the LAPD training grounds and 5 promotion points.
Oh, my bad.
Oh wow, that's
So affordable.
I have quite a few promotion points.
You can also exchange them for money.
I need
That's
money.
true. Yeah. You can just directly turn your promotion points into Shinyan. Cool. All right. So, being that it's not downtime period yet,
No.
unless somebody wants to get an early nap in, where's everybody planning to head? Where are you thinking?
Well, I'm getting extra suspicious of Mason.
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
wondering maybe
Yeah.
we go and look in on Mason since he's been kind of elusive up to this point.
Okay.
I can go with you on that. I agree. I think Nathan might be our. Wait,
Mason the prosecutor.
The prosecutor.
Because he's the one that kind of is checking all the boxes.
Yeah, he's
We've
the
eliminated-
beneficiary of a lot of this thus far.
Yeah.
mhm.
And then there was that one item that you were hacking into Quell's itinerary. You showed that there was a meeting or a dinner date, like a get to know you for the who's who of
Yes.
Yes.
prosecution as well. So
Yeah. I think Haru's just kind of like going through and going, okay, people who kind of fit this description, Kestrel's specific walk description, that kind of stuff, and going, okay, we haven't actually met with Mason. We've met with Noah. We've got some loose information or ruled out a lot of other people. So we're getting down to like, okay, we've heard Mason's name enough times. We should go and speak with him.
Meet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
So yeah, if I remember correctly, you guys are basically like Mason and Noah are the two
Yes.
Yeah, that's who I have as our two.
primary
That's who I have.
people. Okay.
I have a note that says,
And
look
of
into
course-
Noah again, underlined.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, the AI is not above reproach.
No, the AI could be in on it, or could be involuntarily a
It's true.
Mm.
part of it. Who knows? But yeah. Okay. So going to see Mason. What do you think you're gonna do, Kestrel?
That's a great question. I think I might go and talk to our IT team. Basically, I'm curious to find out like what kind of skills someone would need to take down the security in the way that our perpetrator has done that. It's
Yeah.
because it feels like that is going to narrow down our search a lot. Like who would be even able to do that?
Sure. That makes sense. So go consult with some people that are more expert at that kind of cybersecurity stuff. For sure.
Yeah.
What about Fjor?
I mean, I have Mason down too because I spent that time with the technician to investigate if it, since it sounds like we're dealing with someone that's got physical strength, large
Sure.
stature, around or about 6 feet tall. But if they're not, then Mason kind of comes up and Noah comes up because he's just kind of losing time.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Yeah, that's the one I would focus on, not Noah so much, because he went in for recalibration, and that's what I asked. I think I asked the tech about that too.
Yeah.
So Mason sticks out to me. So I guess I would probably want to pay him a visit.
I mean, if it looks like everyone is kind of headed in that direction, also Haru might go and do something else.
Okay.
Might go and see if they can get some information from a contact that they have. They might go visit Doc Badger.
Oh.
And see if Doc Badger knows anything about all of these killings that seem to just be popping up.
Sure.
Kind of hit the streets a little, get some more information from someone not in the upper echelons who live above the cloud layer.
That's true. Nobody's done any looking down there.
Yeah.
Nobody's gone over to Animoid Road to see if anybody's heard anything. Okay.
Also, Haru doesn't do crowds. And a crowd may be 3 people.
2 investigators meeting 1 NPC. Nope. It's too many. All right. Well, let's start with let's get Kestrel and the IT department out of the way.
Great.
So you head there. And I don't remember the name I gave to the IT guy. I know you all asked.
Oh, it was because you modeled him off of Obi from
Right.
Loki.
But I don't know if I gave him a name or if I just said that's kind of
I
who
think,
he is.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know that you
Yeah, I
ever
think-
named him.
Okay. He's specifically the KIA guy.
It's true.
So general cybersecurity stuff, it's probably just a whole department.
It's true.
So like, in fact, that's exactly what has to happen. So Kestrel ends up calling a meeting of like the IT staff. So they're all in a conference room, and she's just standing at the head of the table going, "Somebody's gonna tell me." Like, I totally.
And they're all
see
shaking.
that happen. Yeah, they're all
Amazing.
terrified, yeah. She comes
Explain
in
this
full
to me.
tactical gear.
For some reason, Brick is over there, over your shoulder, like puffs out a like cloud of breath.
It's not even cold in here. How is he doing?
How is he doing this?
For real. Yeah, like he just has an intimidate mode.
He's an animoid. He's a special boy.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I feel like a 200-pound dog is default is intimidate mode.
For real. For real. It's like that, like if you've ever been around any kind of megafauna, right?
Oh yeah.
And just their breathing is scary. Like just, 'cause it's just this huge volume of air that's huffing in and out of these critters.
Their lungs are the size of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, basic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary, for real. I once was camping in a truck bed with a camper shell on it, and full-grown bull moose
Oh,
stopped
Cool.
right outside
Wow.
the camper shell and decided to let loose with moose wailing. And like at like 3 o'clock in the morning, it would like woke me up out of a sound sleep. With
terrifying.
Just you know, like this
Something
weird,
taller than the truck
yeah,
is outside
yeah,
screaming.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just singing
sure.
the song of its people.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then in between, it was this big, like this volume of just
Air.
somebody turned on a shop vac, and it
Yeah.
was just like
Late
and then
night
it let
aria.
out another bellow, and then you'd hear something echoing in the distance, and then eventually it went off, and I'm like, thanks for not caring about my truck. That's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
that
Yeah.
was-
Yeah.
Moose
Because
big.
like people hitting a deer with their car, okay, you know, it's sad for the deer. Sad for you have to repair your car. You hit a moose with a car,
You don't have a
you
car.
lose.
Yeah, you don't have a
You're
car
done.
anymore.
Total.
Game over.
There are tiny houses smaller than a moose.
Yeah.
True.
This moose needs more than 425 square feet. Like, for real. All right. So you have called your meeting of the IT people to make sure you get whichever one you need because you don't know.
Mm-mm, this is
and
not my forte.
So they have all gathered in an IT conference room waiting for you.
Great.
So what exact questions are you gonna ask?
So I think she's just gonna give them kind of the rundown of like, here are the 2 security systems, the UN and Wallace Corp, that, like specifically what the criminal was able to do was to remove the AI's access, and also shut down all of the cameras in a sequential order. And I kind of just want like basically like what skills you would need to be able to do that to form like a profile of the type of person I'm looking for.
Sure. Go ahead and roll intelligence tech
Okay,
with advantage because you have this brain trust here to help you.
great. Okay,
Kestrel,
intelligence tech. Let's see what the dice say today.
Go dice.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. Thanks, dice. I got 2 successes.
All right. So immediately it turns into a situation where one person starts to voice an opinion, and then somebody else at the table is like, "No, idiot, that couldn't work."
Oh,
And then
no.
eventually, after about 5 minutes of people talking over each other and everyone, somebody eventually does the like stereotypical like hands on the table and goes, "The simplest way that this could possibly occur is someone biohacking. It's not an IT problem, it's a wetware problem.
Oh boy.
If you get a DNA sample from somebody, you can have somebody make a new eyeball. You can have somebody make a finger.
Oh.
You can do whatever you need to get through,
This game.
biometric security and convince an AI that you are really the person that you're supposed to be."
The infiltrator in the UN building. It was 2 of the same judge.
Literally.
And it was 2 of the same quill.
Yeah.
Right.
So that guy like then sits back down and looks very satisfied. Like, that's right.
I've
I
done
was
it.
Right.
Big brain in the brain
Yeah,
trust.
Alpha nerd.
Yeah.
Good job. That one's my favorite nerd now. Okay, so let's say I wanted someone specific's eyeball, and I had a DNA sample of theirs.
Mhm.
Presumably, I don't just have an eyeball printer at home. So, who am I going to
I
get
mean-
that eyeball printed?
I mean, you have to go to the one and only, the shop that was used to be run
Yes.
by.
Yes.
James Hong.
James
This
Hong.
long.
David Hong. I'm going
So
David.
it's James Hong's descendants that have worked in the eyeball manufacturer.
Sweet.
And that's again down Anemoid Roadway.
Okay. Cool. I want to go see the eyeball maker.
Sure. I don't
I'm
actually
gonna.
remember what his character's name was in the movie.
He did have one.
He did, but yeah. I'll see if I can figure it out before you can get to Anemoid Road.
That sounds great. The nerd that came up with the biohacking point is getting a unintentionally hard pat on the shoulder as she leaves. Like, thanks, bud. Good job.
I think he probably tries to not wince, but like totally fails. Like starts off with the like, "Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Well, I hope it works out for you." That kind of reaction.
You should know this. I posted a James Hong appreciation tweet not too long
I
ago.
love him.
I
With
just
that
don't,
picture.
like,
I'm looking it up. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
I should 100% know, but I don't.
There's only so much information your brain can retain at once.
It's true. It's true. And then I'll see it and I'll be like, "Why didn't I remember that?"
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, James Hong, why do you have to be in so many things? It takes so long to
I know.
scroll down
Stop being so good and being in everything.
in your like 7-decade-long career.
Here we go. Dr. Chu.
Dr. Chu. Really?
No. That's the video game. Maybe it's the same.
I would imagine it probably is.
Yeah. James V is saying it's Chew.
Hannibal Chew.
Oh,
Hannibal, that's right.
Oh.
that's a brutal name to be associated
Yeah.
with an
And yet-
eyeball guy.
It's slightly
Especially
appropriate.
with
Yeah. I don't.
The serial killer vibes we're dealing with.
Yeah, I don't.
I'd say it's a little on the nose, but he'd probably eat it.
Ah!
No. That was
404, Dave not found.
all of my stupid movie trivia that was in my brain
It's
has
gone.
left the building. That is the guy that finally got an Academy Award for Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy has been in 100 movies. Zorg.
Oh,
Gary
it's
Oldman.
Gary
Gary Oldman.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Dracula, yes.
Thank you.
Gary Oldman is the guy that ate his own nose in
That's true. He
Hannibal.
did eat his own face.
Oh, yes.
You know what? Yes, he is, isn't he?
My brain brought it all together again.
I have not watched that movie in a very long time. I love Gary Oldman, though.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best.
Can do no wrong.
Oh, that reminds me.
Oh, I'm excited.
Unreal. There's a brand that put out a Dracula collection, and I got this bag that's shaped like his helmet from Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's a purse. It's the best thing. Hold, please.
Goodbye, Sam.
Actually, we have to see this.
You, like, we're gonna see it video form now, but please bring it next time.
I will, definitely.
What do you mean? She's totally there in the studio.
I love this
Yeah.
Right, I know.
disembodied blob that Sam has left behind.
The chair ghost.
It's like a
my
weird
chair
color.
ghost.
That's the problem I have with my, because I have a mesh back chair.
Oh,
Look at
Oh,
him.
yeah.
It's
Oh, that's
very
awesome.
good.
I love that. I love it.
God, that
Yeah.
movie is so well designed.
Anyway,
That's
sorry, I'm
fantastic.
really excited
No,
about
no,
it.
no. I dig it. That's rad. All right. It's gonna be one of those nights, everybody. Just buckle up.
It's the new year.
It's just been a riot. The time since we've last seen each other has just been a festival of madness.
Yes.
But here we are. Okay, so you now have a direction you can head to choose. That was particularly, now I do remember it because I associated, because there was a dentist near where I lived that I would drive by occasionally that was Dr. Choose.
Oh.
And every time I was
Oh.
like, come on, that guy was born to be a dentist. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta, like... All right.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. All right.
Eyeball
So
printer
you're
guy.
going to head off to Anemoid Row. Now we'll fast forward to Anemoid Row
Haha.
to visit somebody else down there.
Yeah.
Doc Badger.
I think on the way, Haru's just kind of like gonna keep an ear out for weird happenings. This has been a series of murders. There's always people dying in this city, but this is like a lot of pretty notable deaths, not
Yeah.
just like bar fights or, anything normal. This is like people getting gruesomely killed.
Yeah.
So just kind
In
of keeping an ear out.
Bizarre ways.
Yeah, in notable ways that would cause rumors and things like that to spread.
For sure. So you get to Doc Badger's place.
Yeah.
Anemoid Row, as always, is busy at this point in the evening. A lot of people go down there and just window shop. To see all kinds of stuff.
It's a zoo.
Yeah, essentially. You have to walk past the Aurelian's old shop that is still closed.
Yeah.
Shutters are down. The somebody has taken the little butterfly sign and taken it down and just like put the Ghostbusters no over it and hung it back up. Oh yeah. I can tell why they didn't do that. That would have been expensive to film.
Yes.
Trying to, in the mid 80s, without the benefit of CGI, have a person
Broken into ice shards.
shoved over and break
Yeah.
into chunks of ice. That's a lot of work.
They could barely handle that in the 2000s.
Hmm?
They could barely handle that in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Thinking of Resident Evil, Silent Hill, one of those.
Resident Evil had the
Had the lasers.
laser.
The laser
chopper,
cubes, yeah.
That British guy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, there's this one competent dude. That guy's gonna go far.
Yeah, he's gotta go.
Fucking cheating lasers.
Yep.
Done. All right. So you get to Doc Badger's. He's actually got a couple people in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you get there and hit the button, he's like, you gotta wait a minute for somebody to leave. Which is not unheard
No.
right?
Haru just leans against the wall, looks like a miscreant.
And it's not long. You know, a couple of minutes go by, and somebody comes out that's holding some kind of a data disk
Sure.
and walks past you. And then the thing buzzes automatically because he can kind of see that you're still out there.
Yeah.
You get inside, and the other person's gone off and is shopping around the piles of stuff in the back. But Doc Badger's sitting there behind the counter. Like, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for something a little bit less tangible than your normal fare.
Okay.
Looking for some information.
Well, I might be able to help.
Have you heard any rumors about weird deaths around town?
Weird deaths. Well, I mean, we all heard about the that fancy judge
Mm-hmm.
a while back. Is that what you're talking about? Something like that?
Yeah, something strange like that.
Oh, you know what? I did hear about this dancer
Mm-hmm.
that got his head cut off in a bathroom.
That's fucked up.
I mean, yeah, I don't know who does that, but in a public bathroom to be like, time to get to cutting off heads. I don't.
Do you,
And me as the GM, I know that the head was not cut off.
Yes, but that's the
mill has-
rumor.
yeah.
So, yeah, there's just been the city's always a little violent. This is more violent.
Yeah.
Just wondering, you're a man of the people. I was just wondering if maybe you'd heard anything, maybe met some people with a weird itch.
Well, I get a lot of customers that have weird itches. And you never went to see him before.
I did.
You did.
I got the information that he is the one that extracted the photo
Yes,
that Leah
that's
had.
Right. That's right. Yeah, my bad.
That no
so
one
he-
ever heard about. So it's just
But he vaguely remembers that you've come in before. He's like, so I have had somebody come in a couple of times
Mhm.
looking for some scans
Oh, okay.
to be made.
Some weird ones.
I don't know what he did. He came in a couple of times and he asked me to set up the scanner, and then he paid me extra to leave.
All right.
So I didn't get to see what was in the scans. But it was weird.
He happened to be like around 6 feet.
Yeah. I mean,
Kind of
He's a
heavy
replicant.
walk.
well, I'm sorry.
Kind of a heavy walk.
I don't know.
Uh,
I mean, he walked like most people walk down here when they're trying to do something a little weird.
you got any? And Haru points to the cameras that are everywhere.
No. After the second time, he took everything.
Oh.
I had to replace my whole deck in the back.
So you got a creep coming in, using your skills and taking your stuff. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
How can I help you fix this?
I mean, if you bring the guy in for a lineup, maybe I could point him out. I don't know. I don't have anything here. He didn't take my scanner, thank heavens, but he took my security recorder.
Do you happen to remember when he's come in? Days, times.
He came in twice. Once, and he lays out the time. Like it does
Yeah.
line up with, just after the chef,
Mm-hmm.
and just after Ultimate Warrior.
And nothing around, and Haru is like, the judge and Quell.
No, I don't think so. Like, you give him the dates
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
dates
and he's
and
like,
times.
no, just those other 2 times.
Huh. All right.
And both times it was like the next morning. Or next afternoon, Doc Badger
Yeah.
wasn't getting up at the crack of dawn.
No.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take a look around, see if I can maybe help you get rid of some of this.
All right. You know where I'm going to be? And he kind of looks at his stool that he's sitting on. Like,
Mhm. And Haru's just gonna do like a quick turn around the shop, see if there's a random piece of junk or something that they might be interested in.
I mean, there's a whole variety
Yeah, there's
of
a
stuff.
bunch of
so,
stuff in there.
It could be anything, really.
As they're walking around, they remember that they have that junk that I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Kestrel already sold hers,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the junk from the
Oh, yeah.
The old, like, e-waste.
yeah, the old
yeah.
kibble.
e-waste. And they're gonna like pull that out. Would you be interested in maybe buying any of this?
And he kind of looks at some of it. And he pulls out this cable, right?
Uh-huh.
And you have no idea what the
No.
fuck the cable's for, right?
It's a
and
lightning cable.
It's like, I haven't got to charge my iPhone in 30 years. He pulls out this cable and he goes, I'll buy this. And he reaches and he pulls out 2 Shinyen.
Nice.
And then he reaches back under his counter and he pulls out a pair of old Game Boy Colors and he plugs them in
Yes!
so that he can trade Pokemon back and
Yes!
forth.
It's the
That's
weird
funny.
little curly cable.
Yeah. And he's immediately to it and he's like, thanks.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need anything.
I'll let you know if I want to see if maybe you recognize a face.
Like, I'll take a look whenever.
Thanks. Stay safe. If anyone comes and bothers you like that again, and Haru just kind of like flips their KIA and sends their contact information directly to Doc.
Sure. And he's like, well, I appreciate it. Hopefully not. If they show up again, I will call you
Good.
and not let them inside.
Yeah, I would bar the door. No need to get beheaded in a bathroom.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good day.
Mm-mm. All right, you have a good evening.
You too.
Haru goes to the airlock.
And the other guy comes up with like a whole drum set. Like he stacked the
You can
drums
hear
up.
it.
And he's like walking up with it right as you're leaving.
The snare drum is rattling.
That's what I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Do you does Haru report that finding about the time frame?
Yeah, they specifically say like they don't name names, but they're like I might have someone who can ID someone attached to specifically the chef and the ultimate warrior.
That's very interesting.
But only those two, and it's like very spelled out.
Hmm. Okay,
Reliable source.
got it.
And, there is a little bit of fuzziness around that.
Sure, yeah.
Right? Like, it just lines up timeline-wise.
Yeah.
The
For
dude was weird.
Haru, that's enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly enough to have suspicion and to
Yeah.
pursue it, but it's not like concrete, like, yeah, this fucker came in and was bragging about how he ripped this dude's head off in a club. It wasn't like that.
No.
So, in fact, I don't think Doc Badger even knew about the second thing with the club and Ultimate Warrior until afterwards. So only when you came in did he piece together the timeline on that. He just heard about this weird murder, and then he hadn't even heard about the chef, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's go meet Mason. So
Yay!
you're able to find his residence in the LAPD database. That's not hard. Because it's not an hour that he'd be at his office. Weird. So you can head over there if that's what you want to do, or do you want to call him first? What do you guys want to?
What time of day is it?
It's like evening.
Oh, okay.
It's not middle of the night yet, but it's post-working hours for court people.
Probably.
Yeah, I think just showing up is going to be our
Yeah.
best bet here. I think giving if he is our perp, we don't want to give him as much time as possible to
Right.
Sure.
clean up anything that might be up out in the open.
You get there and the whole apartment just smells like bleach.
Oh.
Like, what?
I was cleaning.
I'm a germaphobe. Shut up.
You don't have germs.
That's why he's such a good prosecutor. He does have germs. That's what makes him special.
He's just like a human. He can get sick. So you guys head to his place, and you arrive, and it's not ultra luxury stuff, right? It's not even really as nice as the tower that Quell was living in, right?
Mhm.
But it's in a nice, quote, nice neighborhood, and the building is nice enough. You know, it's just not the ultra luxury, crazy kind of place that the judge had, or like Wallace Corp itself.
Okay.
It's not like that. But you managed to get in. There is a doorman, or, reception area security guard that lets you in and sees your IDs and scans you into the computer and will send you up, but he will call to let them know that you're on the way in. It's not unusual, right? Guy's a prosecutor. It's not weird for the police to show up at all hours and be like, hey, we need help with X, Y, or Z, or is this your guy? that kind of thing. So, he makes the call, and the, you hear a little bit of the conversation over the phone that he's holding up. And the Mason's like, yeah, okay, send him up. It's fine. So you guys get in the elevator, and you go up. You get off, and it's just a little bit down the hall. You get to this door, and Mason opens it for you. And he's in the classic 1960s professional man after work outfit. He's still kind of wearing his button-up shirt, but he's got a robe on and a pair of slippers and comfier than slacks pants. But you can see that in the background there's a record player playing music, and he's got a bunch of files spread out on a desk over by the window, so it looks like he was doing some work.
Does the music, is there do I recognize the music, and is it by any chance anything that might have been playing in Quell's apartment at the time of Quell's anatomy lesson?
Super good question. No, it is not.
Anatomy lesson.
It is not classical music. It is smoky jazz, right? That's this guy, right?
Okay.
He's got the pretension of being into jazz but not really feeling it. That kind of thing, because he thinks it's intellectual more than he's a huge fan of the music itself.
Brain stimulation.
Yep. So that's what he's got playing. But he invites you guys in, all right, what can I do for you officers?
Well, we're just meeting up with everybody who may have had some connection to our victim, and trying to just get an idea where everybody was, if anybody heard anything, saw anything, doing due diligence. Can you confirm for us where you were on the night of insert time of and date of Judge's murder?
I'd have to look at my calendar. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he kind of walks over to his desk, and you see him bring up a calendar app on his little screen.
While he's doing that, I kind of want to take a quick scan of the room.
Sure.
Is there anything that, I mean, because he seems to have a definite vibe, like in the way he's living, right?
For sure.
Is there anything that seems out of place, out of the ordinary, something that maybe he may have taken to get DNA from someone on? Something that maybe he took as a trophy, something that may, doesn't quite fit the decor.
The thing that I will give you for free that does not seem to fit is his kitchen that you can kind of just see a little bit of is a nightmare of takeout boxes.
Not Hannibal.
It is just like he keeps ordering takeout to eat or picking it up on the way home and bringing it home and then just throwing it in the kitchen that he's not using for anything other than a huge garbage room, essentially.
Hey.
The rest of the place is pretty clean. Just the kitchen is not his domain, and he just stuffs shit over there.
So not in the trash, just in the kitchen.
Well, it looks like it started out maybe in the trash, but
And then it's all the counters.
yeah, and then it slowly expands to every available surface of I don't know where to put this one because the trash is full.
There's like bags that are just
yeah.
half filled, laying on the ground.
I think everybody's had that roommate at some point that is.
Has.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, no.
Mm. Oh yes.
That just makes architecture out of trash pockets. So that's kind of what's going on in there, right?
Okay.
I mean, and it strikes you as weird only because the rest of the apartment is pretty clean, pretty well kept.
Mhm.
And like I said, with the vibe, right? That's just sort of out of place.
Okay.
But I'm not putting it out there as a huge red flag, oh my God, this man is a murderer.
He's hiding a head under all those piles of boxes.
It's it's just strikes you as the one sort of out of place thing that you can see.
Okay.
Why don't you roll an intelligence observation?
Okay.
And I'll see if I
let
can
me
give you anything else.
see what that looks like
specific.
for me. Intelligence, D8. Observation, D8. Should have had a D8. All right.
Was that a V8 joke?
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
That is a 4 and a 7, so 1 success.
Okay. You do take note that right inside the entrance where you've just come in, there is a shoe rack. All the shoes there, he's got essentially a pair of dress shoes for every major color of suit that someone would wear.
Mm.
So he's got a pair of nice black wingtips, and he's got a nice pair of the blood red Oxfords, and he's got a pair of penny loafers, and he's got all this variety of them, and they all appear to be in good shape. They have been somewhat freshly polished. They're not covered in gore or blood
Damn.
or any kind of street refuse. They seem like he tries to keep them nice.
Any chance I can eyeball a shoe size?
Uh,
God.
with one success, I
Like
mean,
comparing to my own shoe size, bigger than my shoe size, smaller than my shoe size.
I'm average. He's in that 8 to 9 kind of shoe size. I think that's about average for
Yeah,
men's
average
shoes.
men's shoe size is 9.
Okay, great. That's knowledge I didn't have the right. I was guessing, but
You're correct.
Hooray, I'm average.
Women's is a 6, men's is a 9.
really okay. I have stupid feet.
So do I.
I'm lucky I didn't end up in the crazy Shaq shoe sizes, but I'm just enough that average shoe store
No.
straight out.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what you notice.
So the
Okay.
shoe rack is pretty obvious. in our faces.
I mean, it's kind of right there.
Right there.
It looks like he's the kind of person that comes home, takes off his shoes, and puts on the slippers.
I guess I'm looking. If I notice it, I'd just be looking to see if there's anything that matches, that screams the print from Quell's bathroom that I took. In size, if not the actual shoe. Yes.
They're I will say that several of them have the kind of sole that could leave that kind of almost invisible scuff. But that's not super uncommon in dress shoes.
Yes. Okay.
So, sort of, maybe.
Okay. I'm not gonna pick up his shoes and start looking through them.
While you're in your calendar, I'm just gonna.
And Fjord's just over there with a shoe around his nose, like.
I mean,
looking for the gumshoe clue.
oh.
There you go. Happy New Year, everybody.
I'm mad, but I liked it.
Oh, man. So he gets the information from his calendar, and he says, I was here at home working on some files until I went to bed. I had court the next morning early, so.
Okay, great. Is there anybody who can corroborate that alibi? Just to make an alibi is a strong word. Anybody who can confirm that?
There's probably the record at my office of when I left to come home. And then I have the record of some of the files I edited. Like they have a when I last edited them kind of thing. But other than that, no, I don't have anyone else that lives here with me.
Okay.
Do you have a... Do I notice the garbage? I mean, that's something you gave.
It is pretty obvious.
Okay.
Like, it's obvious enough that, like,
Okay.
it doesn't take a detective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I would ask him, like, do you have cleaning service, regular cleaning service that comes through?
No, I don't like to pay for that.
Is there any particular reason?
Well, it's kind of expensive, and it takes a significant portion of my budget to maintain a lifestyle that's appropriate for a high-end prosecutor in the city.
I can appreciate that.
And he kind of looks at you and shrugs his shoulders like, I'm not saying it's all keeping up with the Joneses, but if you don't at least let the Joneses know you're there, then you don't get to advance much.
I understand you also attended this gathering on this particular date with one of the members of Wallace Corp. A Quell, is that correct?
Oh, I met Quell, yeah. I at our last Who's Who Lawyers Gala. We talked a little bit about the advancement of replicants in the city. I was hoping that perhaps Quell and Wallace Corp would back my play to take over for the recently deceased judge.
And what did Quell say when you asked them about that?
It pretty much broke down to keep doing a good job and you'll get it if you keep your head down and don't make a big deal of it. I feel like they didn't really want me to involve Wallace Corp. I don't know if they thought it'd be better to have a appointed judge that might look favorably upon them not have any association. That kind of thing. I don't know, but I didn't receive a lot of additional support after that.
Mhm. And has any of that changed since the judge's departure?
Oh no, no. I think that the idea is that Wallace kind of wants to keep a little bit of distance to not look like they're trying to put their thumb on the scale of justice too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I can appreciate that. I can, but sure would be nice to have a little bit of that Wallace Corp money, to help make this campaign is a little bit too aggressive a word, but this push to help the chief judge make a decision in my favor a little bit easier to happen.
Who are the front runners for this position aside from yourself?
Well, I don't know. The chief judge has never been too chatty with me.
If you had to take a guess, I mean, you must know your contemporaries.
Well, sure. I mean, I think the district attorney himself here in LA would probably not mind at all if he ended up in that seat. There's a couple of defense lawyers that I've gone up against. They certainly have the money to curry favor, but I don't know. I don't know if any of them are really making a push for it.
Mm.
I don't know if the chief judge would like the idea of a defense attorney sitting as a judge. He seems to be a little old school.
I've had the pleasure of meeting the chief judge. I would agree with that assessment. As anybody from name escapes me. Hold on, sorry. Nope, that's the wrong file. Judge Belsley's office. Anybody from Judge Belsley's office been in contact with you? I'm sure since anybody who may have been working under her no longer has someone to work for, they may be looking for other job opportunities.
No, I until I get an appointment, it wouldn't really be my place to start interfering in the operations of the office.
Sure, but I mean,
they're
as the clear
rescheduling cases and reassigning things to other judges right now.
I just figured as the clear front runner that they may be trying to hedge their bets and reaching out to who may be taking over.
Possibly, but they haven't gotten a hold of me. And like I said, it would be a little forward to start. You don't want to be the person that backs the wrong horse when you're trying to work for somebody.
True.
Especially if you find out that some of your coworkers back the other person that gets the spot. Because suddenly they'll have a lot of stories to tell to the new person in charge.
I'll look over at Fjord.
So I'm thinking about what was the time frame that Doc Badger was saying that person showed up after or before the Ultimate Warrior and the chef?
After each one.
After each one.
Like the day after.
Day after. Okay, so the day after. And the doc didn't say a specific time to Haru.
No.
Okay. But I know the day. I could figure out the time frame, the day after and the day after each one.
Yeah,
I know
for
about those. Okay. So I would ask. So my question is then. I would pose a question to Mason. Could you tell us about your whereabouts on such enter time frame? After the chef, or during the chef. What I estimate the time frame would be, because I know when it happened.
Sure.
So during that time and afterwards, for each occasion, I would ask him. And if he has someone that could verify his whereabouts. So where was he at the time of the chef's assault, and what about after? Time of the Ultimate
Sure.
Warrior and after?
And he kind of thinks about it, and he's like, both occurred in the evening, right?
Maybe.
And yeah, I mean,
Okay.
in the evening into the night. Yes.
Yeah.
I might have been seeing a friend of mine.
Who was that friend? Who might they be?
Oh, I don't know how much you need to know about that.
Woo!
Well, this is an investigation into a homicide, Mason. This isn't
Well,
you.
sure, but clearly I didn't.
It's not clear yet until you answer the questions.
Oh, I see. I thought I was just helping an investigation, not the subject of the investigation.
Well, we do appreciate your help.
I don't think I feel the need to let you know who I might have been going to see, but trust that I was with someone not involved in murdering a chef in an alleyway or some kind of a dancer at a club. Do I look like a club goer?
I don't know.
Someone to
restaurant,
protest
I'll
too
give you.
much.
Maybe I've been at a restaurant. Maybe I've even eaten at that restaurant. I don't know without looking up the details of that chef, but
Well, it would stand to reason you do eat a lot of restaurants.
I do. You are right. And he kind of looks over the kitchen and is embarrassed, right? Like, it's a little bit of a shame that he probably likes to keep up appearances, but he also, from all reports you read before, he does work very hard. Like, he is very good at his job. And the amount of time that he dedicates into that is probably to the point where he's not maintaining the baseline of the clean house for company. That kind of a thing. So, and, you know, like he kind of told you, he's stretched a little thin, funds-wise. You know, appearing at the concert hall and various places for, you know, high society kind of functions costs a lot.
Mm-hmm. As a member of the LAPD, what would we have to do to have him legally required to answer the questions about who he was meeting with?
I mean, you could arrest him.
You'd have to take him in.
And you can
arraign
take him in. And then you can ask him a lot of questions, and he can still refuse to answer, but you can hold him for 48 hours if you feel that that's the choice you want to make.
Okay. Not yet. I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure if there was where the legal line was.
Sure. I mean, it is Blade Runner. A lot of those lines are a little blurry, but it still functions sort of like our current.
I mean, there's a power structure. We don't want to attack someone in the justice
Right. And he is
system.
someone who's a part of that power structure. We
Yeah.
don't want to.
Right.
Especially
But,
someone with...
you know, it is possible for you to arrest him and take him in and sweat him in an interrogation room for a while and, you know, do all that kind of stuff. And all of that stuff is where things get a little blurry, right?
Mhm.
Legally, he can refuse to answer your questions without a lawyer present. And even though he is a lawyer, he still is entitled to a defense attorney at that point. But a lot of things happen to people in custody. You know, I'm not gonna put any specific thing in your mind, but if you guys take a little extra time to get him back to headquarters and take him to a certain building, you know, that has windows that are easy to fall out of. You know, those are things you can do to see if you can get him to talk.
I'll show him a video of I'll ask him. Have you been made aware about the assault on Vice President Quell?
And Wallace? No.
Uh,
Are they all right?
So I give Gavin a look like, should we show him? The gallery?
I will give you both. Yeah, I mean, decide if you're going to show them the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I will let you both have an intelligence observation roll to kind of gauge his reaction.
Yes.
But before you roll, are you going to show him
That's what I'm asking Joey.
the jacked up images of the crime scene?
Thoughts?
Yeah, I think so. I think Gavin will nod.
Okay.
Let's try to get a reaction out of him.
And the reason part of, and ostensibly what I'm thinking, Joey, is if we play it like, well, you may not want to tell us, we can't force your hand, but Wallace might really want to know from you, and they might force your hand. That's kind of the impression, ostensibly, that I'm trying to get to him. But we need to see the reaction shot.
Yeah, I'm totally fine doing good cop, bad cop. Like let's go.
Okay.
So you want intelligence observation
From both of us?
Having shown him the gory details, you can both get an advantage.
Oh.
I need another D8.
So do I.
I can help
need another
Cousteau.
Thank you.
I would help
Hold
you,
on.
Joey,
I got dice here somewhere.
Okay.
digital dice should be frowned upon.
Here we go.
So we're
I just have to
rolling
find my bag.
intelligence
Okay.
and observation?
Yeah.
Can I have another D? Thank you. That's with the advantage. I need to buy pretty dice.
Okay, here we go.
I got one success.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
On all of those dice?
I know.
I'm sorry.
That's an 8, a 6, and a 2. So that is 2 successes, right?
Yeah.
An 8 and a 6, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yes.
One of these days I'll actually learn success.
6 and above.
Breakdown.
6 and higher. Yeah, you're good.
Of course.
And then 10 and higher,
Is
you get
double.
the second success.
Yeah.
On one.
Right.
But so with your 2 successes, you are able to see that he visibly reacts. Right? He's like, "What the fuck?" Right? What? And you see all of the telltale signs on a person's face of them being shocked.
Okay.
Right? With your 1 success, it's easy to tell that either they're a good actor or they seem genuinely surprised by this information. Especially the details of the situation. Like, what the holy hell is this?
Well, yeah, that's why I picked Quell.
For sure, yeah.
Quell 1.0.
So he's like, and so Quell's dead now?
No, Quell's alive.
After that?
That Quell is dead. They've been replaced.
Oh. That makes sense, I suppose. How up to date is New Quell?
They are in their office working, putting in a full days.
Okay.
They're very interested in having this case solved, considering they were a target. It's not.
Sure.
It wouldn't be far-fetched to think that you might become a target with your involvement with Wallace and your association with the Justice Department.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Couldn't have
So
said it better myself.
Do you think I should get out of here?
No. I don't think that's necessity. But any information you can give us that may help us piece together anything that may be going on around you or the case is only going to benefit you.
Ooh. Nice. Go ahead and roll empathy manipulation.
Aha!
Go,
Yeah,
Gavin.
baby.
Manipulate
bread
this
and
butter.
If you want to roll your empathy
Okay.
as an assist,
Yes.
because you guys are doing the tag team.
Yeah, it's a D10 too.
The morally gray cop routine.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 9.
Woo!
I got an 8.
Woo!
So 2 successes. He's like, look, if I had anything that I thought would help you with this case, I would give it to you. I'm not trying to hide anything about the murder of a Wallace VP. Like, holy shit, no.
Well, I understand.
That would be career suicide for me.
I didn't mean to imply that you might be impeding an investigation, Mason, but
No.
we could use the name of whoever could verify your whereabouts.
I mean,
If for no other reason to make sure that they're not connected to anybody else who may want to do you harm.
And since that you're not officially under investigation, you're a potential victim, we're doing this to protect you. The confidentiality is assured. Considering
Well-
our relationship with Wallace, we would keep you in mind.
I can guarantee that my friend is not a threat to me. We were decanted about the same time. And so we became friends and have continued to spend time together. But it's not necessarily the best idea for me to not work towards a more socially beneficial relationship.
You're suggesting you're associating someone who could possibly impede your ascension to a higher position?
I'm saying that a lot of people in power don't look kindly on replicants. I know that you at the LAPD are dealing with having a lot of replicants starting to work there over the last year, but I don't know how well that's going. I haven't heard terrible things, but I'm certain you've encountered situations with some of the old guard there that aren't too pleased about the fact that there's now a bunch of stronger, better, faster people that work there.
Well,
So
Well, stronger and faster is correct. I wouldn't necessarily say better.
well, depends on who you're talking about, I suppose. But
I suppose.
the fact of the matter is, if I'm seeing another replicant that isn't necessarily a part of high society, it doesn't really help me in any way. In fact, a lot of them would look down their nose at associating with someone that isn't living on the 150th floor.
can you at least tell us in broad terms, can you paint us broad strokes? Is this a person with any technical ability
Um,
to your knowledge?
Can he work a KIA? Sure. Can he break into Wallace security and murder a vice president? No.
Hmm.
Absolutely not. He most of the time finds work as like a club host, if you know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think we
Whoa.
might. I just give Gavin a side eye.
Oh my god. Such an
Nathan and
abyss story,
Taffy.
Now immediately, that's where my brain. No, Taffy is not a replicant in hiding.
I wasn't
so delightful.
wasn't thinking of Taffy, but yeah.
Oh, I absolutely was
was.
thinking of Taffy.
How pink
Immediately.
are his eyebrows?
But so not the most socially acceptable career for the spouse of possibly a future UN judge. So we keep things kind of casual, and I go visit whenever I can, and that's the way things are. But I 100% guarantee that they're not part of some upper crust murdering conspiracy.
What do you think, Gavin?
Well, I think we have enough to go on for now. Would you be opposed to us bringing in some additional security just to make sure
Absolutely
nothing happens
not.
to you?
Like I said, if you need me to arrange for protective custody, I'll do that. I don't know if the LAPD is going to be any better at protecting me than all of Wallace Corp was for a vice president, but sure, I'll take whatever help I can get.
Great. I think we can get that set up for you. We'll be in touch regarding that.
Certainly.
Anything else you can think of that we need to know?
I mean, no, I haven't been assigned to any of these cases, so I don't have any more information other than just hearing a little bit about it as it passed through the office.
One question: your casual associate. How would you say how tall they are?
I mean, we're the same height.
Same height.
Mm.
Same build, roughly.
I mean, yeah. Different memory implantation, but roughly the same production time.
Do you know if your memory implants came from Lilith? Lilith Corp? Lilith
I
memory?
have no idea.
Okay.
But I will tell you, I don't have any particularly traumatic memories that I can recall, having read the articles about Lilith's techniques.
So you're aware of the implantations.
Yeah, and it was public knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily all that you know was public knowledge, but
Okay.
that like using traumatic memories
There was
was Lilith's
Article about it.
innovation. Yeah, there was an article about it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I think that's all we need for now.
All right. Well, and he immediately goes over and like lets down the blinds in front of the window. Like, I'll just stay here and try and stay away from the front door and the windows. And maybe see about finding some garbage bags.
Oh,
Always a good plan. All right. Maybe we'll make our exit.
If you'd be so kind as to let George downstairs know that he shouldn't let anyone up here, that would be good.
Oh, of course.
Will do.
But other than that, if there's anything else you guys can think of asking me, I'm happy to help.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you. You're doing a wonderful job, by the way,
No, well, thank you.
all things considered.
I'm certainly hoping it pays off. You know, then I can do what I can to repay the kindness you have shown me.
I hope so too.
Cool. All right. I think that's a great place for us to take a little break.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. If you're watching or listening later, we'll be back almost instantaneously.
Cool.
Adios for now. Can you show you how to do that?
no.
Okay. Just click on title card over in the bottom left.
Okay.
Ha! Through the magic of clicking the right buttons, we have returned, and we still have everybody here, so that's great.
Or do we?
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows who was replaced by pod people while we were waiting? Nope,
Mm.
that's a different
no.
entire
Welcome,
franchise.
welcome
That
back
would
to
be a
our
fun
the thing
game, though.
actual play.
It's the thing.
in the middle of the game, like
Invasion of the
Pod-
Body
pod people.
Snatchers,
Yeah.
Crossover.
like Dread. Invasion of the
Yeah.
Body Snatchers Dread. Ooh, Invasion of the Body Snatchers Mothership.
Hmm.
Pitching new actual plays live here on Happy Jack's RPG.
I'll play either one. That's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the
Mhm.
mashup.
Because I absolutely delight in going from being a happy-go-lucky character to being just terrible.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's the fun. All right, back at it. You have interviewed Mason. You have talked to Doc Badger, and you have consulted the IT department. It is now the middle of the night shift, number 4. I think you're okay to work this one
Yeah, we've only worked.
because you slept in the morning
Mm-hmm.
last time.
Yeah.
So, or took time off in the morning, whatever you managed to do.
I slept on a room.
Stand like Batman on top of a tall
Yeah.
building. Or whatnot.
The shortest Batman you've ever seen.
It's not just Batman's height, it's Batman plus the building. That's what causes the intimidation, see?
Perfect.
That's
Done.
right.
It's true.
What I'm hearing is Haru is thousands of feet tall.
Yeah. I mean, anybody can get up there. It's got something going on.
It's true.
Especially standing at the edge of a wind-whipped mega tower in like fucked up weird LA rain that never stops. Yeah. In like a super fancy outfit.
Yeah.
For real. All right. What's everybody planning to do now?
Oh, I was gonna go to Animoid Row and talk to the
Oh, that's
eyeball
right.
guy.
Eyeball guy.
Is that, do I need to do that on a different shift?
No. We're moving into shift 4 now. So,
Okay, I need
Uh,
to take it downtime though.
oh, do you?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Gavin and I were the only ones that slept in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well, no, I think Fjor, you took a downtime too because you just hung out and you like slept in your car, didn't you?
At the beginning, yeah, in the morning.
In the morning.
Yeah.
So only Kestrel has to rest then. Because Kestrel was
That's
woken up by the AI
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
and didn't
Yeah.
get a full downtime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, you can sleep or take downtime for this one. So let's knock that out real quick, and then the rest of you can think about where you are planning to go before you sleep. Let me just get to the downtime thing. All right. So what's your plan for downtime? You heading home to see Brick, or
Yeah, because if I need to go over to Animoid Row anyway, then I might as well go home and
Sure.
take a nap.
all right? So you get home. Brick is being the usual Brick. Clearly knew you were coming before you even got there. I think Brick has opened up your refrigerator and pulled all the shelving out, and then
Good
climbed
job.
inside and tugged the door almost closed.
Amazing.
Oh no.
So
Big floopy tail hanging out.
yeah,
Flap,
like
flap, flap,
fur
flap,
sticking
flap,
out
flap,
the
flap.
edge, like someone stuffed Sully from Monsters Inc. inside of it, and the door doesn't shut for real.
Oh.
But like as soon as you come in the kitchen, the door bursts open and Brick just comes out like paws akimbo,
Amazing.
and then runs over and like starts doing the full like body tackle / rub. Yeah. So what's your plan at home? You gonna try and get some sleep, or
I think I'm gonna actually use some of my humanity points since we're
Oh.
on a downtime.
for sure?
And up one of my skills.
Okay.
I think I'm looking at insight
Okay.
to increase. So I'm gonna have a C rating in insight now.
Ooh.
Fancy, look at me go. I think she's kind of just like taking some time to actually think about like all of the investigating we've been doing, and like this is a side of her skills because she's very smart, but most of the time in her life she's gotten to use brawn for things. So lately she's been like spending a lot more time like thinking things through, investigating, and using like intellectual skills, and just kind of like coming to terms with like the change in life style. So I think that's probably where that little bit of like bump in focus comes from.
That makes a lot of sense to me, for sure. Realizing that being a LAPD rep detect officer is not all gunfights and
Yeah.
brawling. Yeah.
Yeah, just reflecting on like the difference of like she knew it was going to be different taking this job over being in like active combat zones. But just like how different the day-to-day feels.
Cool. How many resolve points are you down?
I'm down 2.
Okay. Let's roll a d8 and we'll
Okay.
see how much you get back.
Great. I got a 7.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
What do we get?
Uh-oh.
You get not a call, but you in the middle of the evening here, you get like a status update request from the deputy chief. And asking about your evaluations of the team.
Oh.
Like how is it working out? What, like, who's helping make progress on this? Like, he's very much staying on top of this investigation and trying to get out from underneath Wallace and Newquell and all of that, and kind of wants to. It's kind of late for a jet.
It's
Normally they're not at this hour. You know?
Yeah, I'm just being landed on. Don't worry about it.
bane of
It's
my
fine.
existence.
But yeah, just not quite as formally as the chief talked to Gavin about writing up everybody,
Mhm.
but just like an informal, like, so what are your feelings? How's things going for you and the rest of the, you know, like, is everybody working well together? That, you know, that kind of thing.
Okay. Do you want me to answer now or
Well, it's like an email, so
it's an email? Okay.
yeah, you don't have to put it together right this second. But you know, kind of put it together and then
Contemplate.
yeah, get a report to him in the next day.
Okay.
That
I
kind
can
of.
do that.
So yeah, very good, very good.
Interesting.
But it gives you a little something to think about as you're sitting around chilling. But you can earn your 2 resolve points back
Hooray.
because
Thank
nothing
you.
major interrupted you.
I think there is a little bit of a second where like as she's thinking about how differently her life is now, and then that request comes through, she's like, ah shit, I didn't think about paperwork. I don't get shot at as much, but there's a lot more paperwork.
For real. Which is its own kind of getting shot at.
Very true.
It's another kind of violence.
It's for real.
I saw someone recently post on social media that work emails or corporate turn-based combat, and I
Yeah.
never felt more seen in my entire life.
Wow,
Yeah.
accurate.
Where are my last email? It's like a riposte.
Yeah. The vicious
I played
mockery
per
of
my last
intros.
email in attack position.
Okay. So that's downtime taken care of. Where's everybody headed? Where do we think?
I'm not sure.
I'm kind of feeling the Esper wall. I'm thinking
okay.
looking at cameras that maybe outside Mason's apartment to kind of show where, like, when he may be leaving, if that coordinates any times with any of the crimes, Also, maybe looking at surveillance from the popular replicant clubs to see if maybe we can spot him and who his special friend may be.
Okay. Gonna just pry up those floorboards. All right.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Woo!
Okay.
I mean, I
Ooh.
had nothing to hide. Why should anybody else?
You have nothing to hide?
Absolutely
Not a
nothing.
single thing.
Oh,
Not a
interesting.
thing in the world.
It's a fascinating point of view.
So you can get to the Esper Wall. That's fine. Go ahead. Do intelligence tech.
Gross. Okay. Intelligence tech. Okay. No advantage for using the Esper Wall?
No. That, I
Okay.
mean, this is the how good are you at using the Esper kind of a situation.
You know what? I'm gonna burn the resolve.
For no
All right.
reason. Don't worry about it.
I got a 5 and a 4. I think we can do better.
I hope so.
Mm.
Can't blow on your dice from here, Joey.
I know. I'm not gonna blow my own dice.
Oh,
If I could
Okay.
do that, I wouldn't leave the house. And hey, there's a 7.
all right. So you are able to track Mason, right? And when you see him going out, he is very much dressed down, right? He is not in his usual kind of suit and tie kind of outfit. He is in sort of the, for lack of a better term, the like tech bro like hoodie and sport coat kind of a thing.
Fancy Lululemon hoodie.
Yeah, yeah. With like a pair of sneakers that looks too new and very rarely worn.
Actually, white sneakers.
Yeah, yeah. Like he's not so far gone that they're New Balance, but they could be any moment.
They could just become New Balance without warning.
You have to strive against it every day. But you manage to track him, and he ends up going to. It's very much just like a casual host club, right? It's just lonely folks go in there and have companionship for a while. Kind of a place. And he goes in and spends a while, right? Like 3-4 hours, and then comes out. You can spend more time and kind of create a list of all the people that work there that you see coming and going, but you don't see him with a specific person.
Okay.
Whatever's happening is inside the building behind closed doors.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
You do see in a time frame that matches up with when Ultimate Warrior was killed,
Okay.
you see that he does go there, like he said he did.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not perfectly lined up, but close enough that it would be a real stretch for him to have been at a club across the city and
Yeah.
then get across town to here.
Mm-hmm. What about timing with Quell's murder and the judge's murder?
Well, I think didn't we just say with the judge's murder he was doing paperwork in his house?
That's what he said. I'm just confirming.
You don't see that, like you see, you can see him on the video feed. You can see him go into his building, and then you don't see him come back out.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible that he called a spinner to the roof, but you don't have video.
Okay.
And no, London fog murderer has appeared on the video coming out of his building either.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not certain that he's the guy.
Okay.
at least from what he told you, it seems like he's telling the truth. That he was nowhere near these crime scenes.
Alrighty. Does it look like everything at Wallace is still on lockdown? Have they let up at all on that?
Kevin's still
They
trapped.
are absolutely not open for business yet. Yeah.
Poor
You-
Kevin.
From what you can gather, like, unless you want to call,
Mm.
it doesn't seem like, and it even seems like the usual flow of like email communication and stuff that kind of ends up coming around to you guys in LAPD has cut off,
Mhm.
Okay.
right? Like, it's very much
We should hold them ransom more often.
someone attacked one of ours. We're going to pull in all of our.
Pulled up the drawbridge.
Yes, very much
Mhm.
that we are securing this facility, and that's it.
Circling
right?
the wagon.
It's what happens if you walk by and poke a sea anemone, right? Like it retracts everything back inside and tries to look like a rock. Because that's exactly what Wallace is doing. All those little feelers that are normally out and about are just pulled in tight.
This is why Haru becomes a serial killer. To no longer get corporate emails.
To keep my spam folder empty, I'll kill every last one of these.
Yep.
But yeah, so it doesn't appear that that's going any differently from what you can tell. And you're at the Esper wall. You can see the outside of the building. So you can
Mhm.
see that they still have the armed encampment in the parking lot. And there's, flying units going around the building, like in formation, and,
Okay.
looking
I
at
think
that, you
Mhm.
even catch a time where, like, for lack of a better term, a flotilla of spinners pulls up to the building at not the parking lot down below, but like somewhere else on the megastructure up higher, pulls up, and like some of them create an actual like hovering shell around one of the vehicles. Presumably Mr. Wallace probably would
Mhm.
make a good guess. That they're like doing a security screen for him to go in the building and get something, and then a few minutes later, they all trail off and start flying again.
Mhm.
And several of those spinners are like the size of like an RV, right? Like
Yeah.
Winnebago in the sky.
SWAT truck.
Yeah, I mean, there's several that are clearly like armed escorty kind of vehicles, but some of them that look like big flying fancy road hogging RVs.
It's an
Mhm.
Escalade of
Yeah,
this time. Yeah.
but one that's almost designed like a private jet
Yeah.
or something, like inside, that someone could spend a bunch of time and not really be that upset about.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Okay. I will, I guess, file whatever paperwork I need to do to see if we can get some extra security for Mason at his apartment.
You can absolutely do that. The deputy chief has already pre-authorized you guys to get whatever you need for this case, so you can set up like round the clock, guys on the door, if that's what you want to do.
Perfect.
No
And
problem.
I will instruct them to report to us if they see anything suspicious heading towards them, and
Okay.
also if they see anything suspicious that he may be doing.
Hmm.
Because while he has an alibi, I haven't fully ruled him out. And then I'm also going to shoot a message to Argent,
Okay.
my Doxy relationship,
Sure.
and see if I can get them to go investigate this host club
Oh,
and
all
just
right.
see what they can
Mm.
get a vibe for what's going on. See if they can see anybody who matches kind of the description that I give them of who this person may be, and see if they can get more information.
Okay. Sure. I think they'll do it, but you're gonna owe them one.
And
Right?
it's my tab.
Okay. Because like showing up with a suitcase full of uppers, that's kind of I'm your friend. That's free, but go investigate a
Yeah.
club for me.
Go be my CI.
Yeah. On the down low, without any backup, go check and see if there's a horrible murderer in the building.
That's fine. They'll be fine.
What's a
They're
little
great.
possible exposure to murder between friends?
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that that's how you framed it. I'm not.
Right.
Just saying, like, Argent is smart enough to be like, okay, but you're gonna owe me one. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Cool. All right. Haru and Fjor.
Question. Okay, so how much information have you given us about the Ultimate Warrior crime scene? I know you took some good documentation.
Mm-hmm.
You told us that it existed.
Unfiled it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But did you open up about the fact that you got a phone call
Yeah.
direct from
From
Frankenstein?
No.
our lovely dancer.
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I mentioned who. I think I just
I
said.
don't think you did.
Yeah.
Okay. And the chef thing is just something that's come up a few times.
That's what I found out.
Yeah.
I don't think I reported that. I think I told Deputy Chief.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you
brought it
told
up
the
a
rest
few
of the group
times.
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
about how you think it ties in.
All right. Then you know everything.
Then I think
But you guys weren't assigned that case.
Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
That happened before any other.
That was a while ago. Yeah.
This is just Fjord's Jack the Replicant nonsense.
Yes. Okay. Well, I think I'm of two minds. One is going and looking into a case that Haru is not sure is even super related, which is the chef. Just because the information that they have is kind of vague on it. Or doing something a little bit crazy. And I think we're going to go with the crazy option.
Okay.
Yay.
Shocked.
Haru would like to, throughout the shift, slowly make their way home.
Okay.
And in the process, put their ear to the ground in retirement row and start to ask some questions if anyone knows anything about someone who has particular beef with the Ultimate Warrior or knows anything about this chef's killing.
Okay.
We're gonna hit the streets in the most dangerous part of town.
Mm.
This is the smartest plan.
Okay.
Okay. Well. No, I'm trying to think like how the way you phrased it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to mechanically work it.
The other option is that eventually their goal is to get home and talk to Isabel. Because my other question is then, Kestrel, how much information of the biohacking have you shared with us?
I think she probably logged that. Well, we definitely already have the double entries for both victims
Yes.
logged in the case file. She would have immediately uploaded the conversation from the meeting with the IT crew, and that she was going to go check with the doctor on Animide Row
Cool.
next.
Then the other question would be to talk to Isabel, their key relationship, who happens to be very well informed about biological wetware.
For sure. So let's start with first role being empathy connections.
Sure.
Just to see if you know somebody down there that might have some information.
Do live there, even though it doesn't always seem like it. Hey, that's one success.
Okay. Excuse me. You can find a guy that he wasn't there when the killing happened of the chef,
Mhm.
but he did see it. Like he claims to
It's
be
for real.
He claims to be an eyewitness of the scene as the cops are there and starting to gather information and that stuff. He was there and he saw this fucked up dude that had just been
Full of
mashed,
cigarettes.
that had cigarettes in all
Yeah.
of his facial orifices. And he gives you, well, I mean, like if you'd gone to talk to Coco about it specifically, you could have gotten this information also. But
Sure.
this guy will give you that there were like cigarette burns all over the guy's chest,
Hmm.
torso kind of thing. So it wasn't just an immediate beatdown murder. It was torturous,
Hmm.
right? Like it was
And he like popped out for a smoke.
Yeah.
And then this happened.
correct. Yeah. And he's
Okay.
like, I don't know if the guy like put his head between the building and the dumpster and kept smashing the dumpster into it or what, but that guy was just
Blood.
hamburger. Yeah.
Mhm. Smoking hamburger.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well done.
I mean, and the guy you're talking to is like, I've had some shitty meals before, and I've never gotten that mad about it. You know, my grandpa used to tell me, you could spend $500 on dinner, but if it's good, it's worth it. You spend $2 on your dinner, it's a piece of shit. Now you got ripped off. And I've been ripped off a few times. I've never gone hog wild on some poor chef out back.
Maybe pissed in someone's coffee or something.
I guess, yeah. I got nothing.
Well, thanks for the information.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think he tells you, hey, watch out. I heard from another guy, there's some kind of animoid running loose down here.
All right. I will keep an eye.
Yeah, just, you know,
Thanks. Don't get got.
I think it's like a deer or something. I don't know.
Listen, some people don't know when to stop imbibing things, so maybe
And maybe. I haven't seen the damn thing, but he said it had antlers and came at him with hoofs. I don't know. I mean, maybe he was just high as fuck. I don't know. But you don't want to get antlered. Is there a term for that? I don't fucking know.
rammed?
I mean, this is him in character.
Yeah.
Like, he has no
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
what gourd is.
Yeah.
Like,
That was
Yeah.
Haru. Rammed? I don't know.
yeah,
I've
something-
never
yeah.
left this city. I don't understand.
right. These animals don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. And Haru, like, the whole time keeping everything very low key, just like, hey, I'm curious about this thing. Like, maybe they're a journalist. Maybe they're just curious, but no one really asks a lot of questions in this area. So it's just one of those, like, hey, haha.
And, like, this guy is very clearly, like, he's got the, like, tote bag over his shoulder and he's pulling out beers or malt liquors
Yeah.
and whatever, like, old bottle of wine, like, whatever he's found that has a little bit of liquid left in it, he's pulling them out one at a time while you're talking.
Yeah, he's drinking the bottoms of everything.
Just
Good for
getting
him.
it done, yeah.
Yeah. Haru just slowly keeps making their way through.
You get home.
Hmm.
Why don't you just roll a d6 and we'll see if Isabel's here. It's not like you called ahead.
I did not. I never call ahead. 4.
Okay. So Isabel is here. I just did 50-50.
Yeah, Haru comes in just like still kind of chewing on the like facts of this the information, but also like really keeping a weather eye for that deer. Really not interested in finding out what it would be like to get hit by one. Not sure if deer are naturally violent.
Sure. For all you know, deer are apex predators.
Yeah, they absolutely
Like,
could be.
Yeah. So you didn't see any hide nor hair of the deer
Of the deer. Yeah.
your way back, but Isabel's a little surprised you're here because it's been a while.
Yeah.
And so she's kind of like, "Hey,
Hi. So I promise to not bring a lot of work home, but I do have a question, or like maybe 10.
I think she really laughs. Like, okay.
We're looking into a biohacking incident or 2, or maybe 4.
Okay. Like, I don't know.
If you were going to trick a high security system to believe that you're another person, how would you get their DNA?
I mean, unless somebody's really protected or very paranoid, it's not hard.
Okay, but what if they're like a high security person? Say I'm trying to get Neander Wallace's DNA.
Oh, well, shit. I think he falls into the very secure and very paranoid.
Yeah, he's also really creepy looking.
Category?
This is a whole other thing.
What the fuck?
I saw the guy.
You fucking saw the guy?
Yeah.
Just wandering around LA?
No.
Okay.
Behind a wall of goons.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense.
At the Disney concert hall.
You went to see Neander Wallace at the concert hall.
It's been a weird week.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like your usual, but okay. Well, getting a hold of his DNA would be much harder. He's wealthy enough and crazy enough that he probably has somebody scrubbing his apartments for loose hair follicles.
The moment she says that, Haru starts to like think back about the cleaning crew in the UN building and starts to like try and almost reverse engineer like how that would have happened. And think about all the people who specifically have come in contact with Judge Belsley.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it would be as easy as
Yeah.
getting somebody's coffee cup.
Yeah.
If they ate in public, it would not be hard for an average. But for Wallace, I don't think he goes anywhere outside of apparently the concert hall with you. But
Yeah. They also have plants there, like real plants, like
Shut up.
ferns.
real plants.
Yeah, someone drops a ridiculous amount of money to make sure that there are real growing plants there.
Must be nice.
Yeah. I think someone's duping some pretty high level DNA. Fingers, eyes. Do you hear anything about it?
Let me roll and see. No. I haven't heard anything in specific, but it probably wouldn't take a lot to spoof a security system. If that's what you're talking about.
Top tier one?
I mean, all you need to do to get past like a retinal scanner is have a warm eyeball. Like, it has to have blood flow.
Okay, so more than like heating it up in a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the scanner is going to know if there's blood flowing through all of the, veins in the retina.
Okay.
But and then anything hands or fingers, you know, like a finger scanner or even a palm scanner, that'd be simple.
Okay.
That you could warm up with like a heat pack in a foil bag
All right.
and put on a scanner like that. If you needed to give a blood sample, all you need to do is have a little container that the needle can puncture and get a little sample. That wouldn't be hard either. And if you've got the DNA to get a handmade, you can get sweat for a sensor.
Huh. That makes sense.
So really the hardest thing is blood flow in an eye, but if you're really trying to get to somebody or do something, you can get an implant.
Huh. So like a hack job, someone could go get an eye replaced, full retinal scanner without even breaking a sweat.
I mean, it would hurt. You
Sure,
probably have to take some painkillers for a while.
but we could have a Frankenstein serial killer wander around the city.
I suppose. I certainly hope not.
Sure. It's not the
But-
weirdest thing in town.
I mean, that sounds pretty fucking weird. Like,
Haru is so like, that's not the weirdest thing. It might
and
be
she
weird.
after that for a second, it like her brain clicks and she goes, "Oh my god, I have to tell you about this routine I saw at a club. This woman came out and did this whole dance to Frankenstein. It was fucking amazing."
Oh, I saw her.
Of course you did.
It was for work.
Apparently, so is going to the Disney concert hall. You're just the patron of the arts now. I don't see you for a few days and you come back all cultured.
Don't worry, I didn't get cultured. I did get really drunk.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Did somebody else pay for it?
Yeah. Well, that's at least helpful. I don't know.
I mean, you wouldn't even, if you saw somebody walking down the street that had an eye replaced, you'd not know. Like,
Hmm.
it's not like they've got to do a huge facial surgery to do it.
No, it could be anything, yeah.
Yeah.
And they say gesturing with their hand that is very much so not their original hand.
Right, but skin
Yeah,
is going to show, marks.
yeah, yeah.
At incision line and stuff. An eye, all of that is happening behind the eye. So
Yeah.
somebody can be walking down the street with two different eyes from two different people. Maybe you'd notice because they're different colors, but other than that, you'd never know. You could get your eye replaced 15 times and it wouldn't.
Did you upload the pictures that I believe you took on your KAA, Fjor,
Which one?
of the Ultimate Warrior killer?
Yeah,
The crime scene.
I would have filed it all.
He had both of his eyes?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking. Just checking.
I mean, in the pictures of the crime scene, you can't tell.
Okay.
Because he's fucking
He's dead.
That's fair.
Just wrecked. And his eyes closed. They're
Okay.
not.
People die with their eyes open. It happens.
It absolutely is true, but he's just drooped down.
Okay.
But according to the Coco's report, he had two eyes.
Yeah. Okay. I think Haru is going to just like chew on how biohacking works and trying to figure out all of the ways specifically that someone would have had to enter the UN building with that kind of hacking and enter the Wallace apartment building with that kind of hacking. Knowing how insecure the Wallace building was, but how secure the AI is that the person actually turned off, and how very secure the UN building was. Just trying to figure out like what body parts and how they replaced, like how they would have had to use those to access the building.
Sure. Yeah, that's totally no problem.
They pour themselves a very big drink and sit and think like a real noir detective. They lay out their
Sure.
own mosaic of body parts and stare at a holographic projection while they drink.
Okay. Are you doing it somewhere where Isabel can see?
Probably.
Okay.
Unwisely, but I think that Haru doesn't really actually keep secrets from Isabel. I think that they just allow her to not look if she doesn't want to.
Sure. I think she probably, after a while, like comes over and sits down next to you and kind of looks at this spread of horror.
Yeah, I think they're using the newly installed AI projector to project the quell, like the scan of the
Oh, the
quell
whole fucking thing. Okay.
thing on the on their kitchen floor.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So she doesn't just casually come over and sit down next to you in that case. It's more like stand there in a little bit of shock, right?
Mhm.
Like, what in the hell? What is this? What you're investigating?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Who was this?
Oh, they're some Wallace person. Ugh.
Oh, do you at least know if they were dead first?
There's they got drained first, so probably.
Okay, I guess that's a little better.
Sure.
And like she kind of tiptoes through the hologram, careful to not touch any of the holographic bits, like they're real.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But clearly, like, and kind of gets over and sits down and is like, gestures like, "Give me your drink."
Yeah. And they just like sit and pass it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's some fucked up stuff. I knew there was a lot of bad things here in LA. I kind of wish I didn't know that this was something that goes on.
I just there's an answer out there for what I'm looking for, and it's every case I get a little closer. And every case is a little bit more fucked up.
Well, at least this time, it doesn't seem like there's a bunch of innocent people trapped in the middle.
Yeah, just these assholes.
I'm not saying anybody deserves this, but
No, this is fucked.
At least it's victim and perpetrator, not a bunch of innocent people that are roped into the situation.
No. I saw a real tree.
I think she probably like struggles not to choke on the whiskey for a second. And clearly is like, well, I think you should take me next time.
I would like to actually get in, but yeah.
Well, yeah. If you can make it happen, just let me know. I'll be there.
Oh, I'm gonna try and get a ticket to one of. There's a gala every so often in this arboretum.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They have an oak tree in there.
Wow. That'd be neat. Yeah. And she stands up and disappears into the other part of the place for a while and comes back out like holding up like her nicest dress and pair of shoes. And she's like, just tell me when. Like, I will be there.
I would love that.
Cool.
Very normal evening investigating in the worst part of town.
Okay. Fjor.
gonna go to the Esper wall
Okay.
headquarters. But a question.
Shoot.
For the other players. Sorry, I'm backtracking. I have a couple options. When Haru and Gavin saw the Aurelian, did you guys mention that? Who you saw to any of us?
Oh,
to
at
Esper?
the
Yeah,
At the
The
concert.
gala.
at the gala.
I think
I don't think Gavin would have, because it wouldn't have seemed relevant.
Mhm.
It was kind of like, oh, that's interesting, but didn't.
Yeah, I don't think Haru wrote down much about the actual concert.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to the Esper wall, and I just want to again put all my ducks in a row, see if any dots connect, if everything's apples to apples. Just going by Mason's reference to he and his companion having the same inception date, I'm guessing is what he meant, like when they're decanted. So I'm going to check. These are just kind of like, I'm just scattershot. Trying to see. Looking up Noah's inception date, does it match Mason's?
That's a very good question. I don't think it does.
Okay. And the dancer, the Frankenstein dancer, I don't know why I don't have her name. Did we ever get her name?
Yeah, we do. We have her name from last case.
Okay, so it's on the other sheet. No, but I have it there.
Amelia?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did I write it? Okay. I'm gonna check what is Amelia's inception date, just seeing if it matches Mason's. Even though I know he said it's a he. I'm just checking.
Mason could be lying.
And I'm checking her stats too, like her, I mean, how tall is she?
I think we said she was 5'5".
She's
Yeah.
5'5". Okay.
One of us.
Yeah, she's Haru's height.
And her inception date is different for
Okay.
both Noah and.
Okay. So this basically, so Haru's note, I'm thinking, figured in my mind to just think back like further, like, okay, I figured that was it's not a cold case, but for me it's a dead end. Someone else is investigating, but it doesn't seem tied in to everything that's been happening. But Haru mentioning it again has me thinking back. That's why I was thinking about the dancer. And I'll even go as far back to the Aurelian and start looking up any information that we have on him.
On the Aurelian?
Mm-hmm.
All you have is that he had a business license
Okay.
to sell on Animoid Row. He's a Nexus 8 unit. He's much older.
Okay. He's 6 foot tall.
He probably was, yeah.
Probably was.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might not be quite 6 foot tall anymore.
A little hunched.
He's a little
He's
hunched. He's
kinda
lost some
hunched up,
bone
yeah.
mass. I'm gonna check and ask Esper. I guess I don't need to ask Esper a favor, but if I can, if there's any camera footage of Noah, just to check his movements around the time of the killing of the chef and the Ultimate Warrior, to see if I can find him in public or place him during those times.
Okay. That one's a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Esper, I need a favor.
Does Noah have heterochromia?
Heterochromia.
That's been the secret of this all along. It's fucking David Bowie. Just
Yeah.
they're killing everybody.
It's always David Bowie.
Always David
one
Bowie.
the pupils open up and the other one doesn't.
Uh,
The void comp,
The most
permanent void comp.
Philip K. Dick end result of this narrative.
it's not just any David Bowie. It's full labyrinth David.
Yeah, with the hair and
Goblin
everything.
King.
Contact
threaten me with a
juggling
good time.
eyeballs that they
Yeah.
printed. Yeah.
He just has a bunch of Muppets running around with biohacked eyes. Then he holds one up.
Come here!
That's not far off though.
Oh
J.S.
my God.
Sebastian had like
Oh
his
my god.
friends.
Yeah.
He created his 3-foot tall friends. Dave is just so tickled.
Listen, I love all of his little friends.
Yeah,
That scene scared me so much when I was a
it
kid.
was creepy.
But as an adult now, I'm like, I actually genuinely like this
I
sequence.
mean, yeah.
Oh no, I just realized like Disney has the rights to Blade Runner and the Muppets.
Oh,
We could
gosh.
have Blade Runner Muppets.
Oh my god.
Rizzo could be a
Yes,
Muppet anytime. I mean, could be a
Just-
Blade Runner anytime.
Like here's the question: is like who do we leave as the human actor in the story? Is it like Rick Deckard?
Yeah, I think it's
It's
got to
still
be
the-
Yeah.
Deckard.
Yeah.
Miss Piggy is
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sam Eagle is the owl.
But then there's the question: is Deckard really a human, or is he a Muppet?
Ah!
Right, that's the end of the movie.
Muppets all the way
He
down.
looks down, he's got a felt hand, and then the movie ends.
It's just a furry little origami left outside his blanket. All right. Sorry.
Oh.
As soon as I let my brain off the chain for just 1 second, it goes all to hell. Okay. So to try and find Noah in footage at a specific time, you'd have to do intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Oof.
I believe in you.
Thank you. I hope that helps. Appreciate it. Joey, where are you? Oh, virtual blow. Okay, thank you. Got a 4,
Do it.
Got a 4 and a 5.
Now, since I was also using the S4 all around the same time, would I be able to assist?
I guess so.
So I have a D8
I mean,
in intelligence,
you
so I
guys
might
are-
be able to.
You guys are sitting at like opposite ends, kind of doing your own thing on your
Yeah.
little segment of the wall. But
Mhm.
but yeah, you can. So roll just your intelligence as an assist.
Nope, that's a whole one.
Okay.
Ah, womp womp womp. Okay. All right. So no luck there.
Are you gonna take it or are you gonna push?
I don't have any resolve.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still push, right?
What could possibly go wrong?
I end up.
News just in.
Yeah.
Person goes rogue inside of LAPD headquarters. Reason still unknown.
Hey, I pushed beyond my limit. I just wanted to talk to somebody. So, I mean, how bad could it be?
I mean, roll bad.
Yeah.
You rolled really well.
Hmm. Oh gosh. I mean, my only hesitation is that Gavin's gonna be in this room next to me whenever whatever breakdown
happens,
happens.
And you don't know that he knows.
Mhm. I will. If I'm not coming up with it, I'll wait till Gavin like saunters off and does this thing. I'll wait till he leaves.
Okay.
Which I do. So I gotta contact Argent and get the protection set up for Mason. So I'm not in there the entire shift.
Okay.
That's totally fine.
All right. So I'll push. Is it just a?
Yes. So push, and then roll again, including Gavin's D8.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
Yeah, because technically that's how it's supposed to.
Do you want me to roll it, or do you want to roll it?
So I'm just rolling my D8 plus his D8.
And your your
And my tech.
intelligence and tech,
Okay.
and an extra.
Yeah,
D8.
go ahead and roll it.
All right. That's another one. So I'm helping roll.
Oh,
roll
no,
good.
you're anti-helping. Oh no.
Oh no!
You guys are killing me.
Maybe literally. Go on.
Let's find out.
Oh no! What happened? I can't see.
I know. I can't either yet.
It's the worst. It's the
all
worst
one?
roll.
It's a roll
in
of 3
the
ones
whole
total.
campaign.
3-1.
3 ones.
Yeah.
The dice are trying to murder you.
Hold on, I gotta find that page now. Hold
Oh
on.
no!
Shit is going on. Where was it?
This just in.
I know.
So, just letting everybody
Uh-oh.
know, this is the cliffhanger for this episode.
Yeah.
As soon as we kind of resolve this, that's where we're gonna call it.
And I look at my hands and I see a fuzzy belt
Yeah, the belt
Yeah.
knit
starts to sprout.
before me.
Is Fjor a Muppet?
Yes.
It's a Muppet hand.
Let me see.
Oh, crikey.
La la la
The
la
suspense.
la la.
I spent all that time looking, and I had a fucking bookmark. in it.
La la.
Oh, you're like, it can't be the bookmark. That's for plot
No, it just
reasons.
tucked in just enough that I didn't see it.
Oh, no.
Stupid. Okay.
It's been nice knowing you.
I know, right?
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Massive
So-
failure. I
Um,
just hope I don't go. I hope I don't kill anybody because I have like. I have.
I'm so glad I'm on a downtime right
I
now.
was gonna say, I went home.
we're far away.
I went to the most
lovely
dangerous
safe.
part of town. I guess it wasn't right now.
It might
You
be
know, I debated taking my downtime so I could use my humanity points to up my force. I kind of wish I'd done that now.
good. Well, you're lucky you're not in the room because I.
Yeah, you did leave.
You
Yeah.
did leave
Yeah.
the room.
But I'm in the building.
Mhm.
Okay. So the first thing we need to do is roll just your empathy score.
Okay.
So whatever empathy die is, give it a roll.
I'm gonna hide. I can't look.
D10. It's a D10.
I swear to God, it's a one.
You just don't want a 1. You avoid the 1 and you
Joey, shut up. you literally
I
stop
can't look
invoking
at you.
it.
I can't look at you.
Making it happen. Oh my god. I just feel like it's gonna be a 1. I feel like it's just gonna be.
It'll hear you. Just roll.
You're doing so good.
don't give it time to
sweetheart.
think.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Thank
Ah!
God.
So you're fine on that. You don't permanently lose a point of resolve.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yikes.
Good.
Okay, so now roll a d6.
Guys,
This is so stressful.
Oh, sorry, not a d6. My bad. Roll your empathy die again.
Again.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm.
This is very stressful.
Oh, sorry. Calm down. Kai is like just.
No.
Well,
What is it?
it wasn't a 1,
Okay.
Okay.
but it wasn't much better.
So you got a 2.
It was a 2.
2.
Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry, folks.
All right. So this is interesting, actually.
Yeah,
No, it's not disastrous go on a rampage.
that's good. Because I could
Uh,
kill everyone with my bare hands at this point. I leveled up my specialty. I'd be good at something.
So your result is time to die. You have lost all will to keep going.
Hmm.
Right? You've lost the will to live. You simply collapse to the ground. you become so apathetic to the rest of this case that you can't even motivate yourself to do anything about it at this point. You're literally just plopped down next to the Esper wall, kind of leaning on it, right? Even to the point where, like, if you were in combat at this moment, you would just be laying out in the middle of the firefight, and you wouldn't give a fuck. You're like, whatever. So
Wow.
you have just been drained of the will to continue.
Okay.
Now you have to see if you can kind of pull yourself together.
Clap, everybody, clap.
I do believe in replicants. I do.
Okay. Do you let anybody know that you have just had this wave of not giving a fuck anymore?
Do you phone a friend?
Do you? Yeah, exactly.
A what?
Do you phone a friend, or do you keep it entirely?
My key relationship, the doxy is missing, so I don't have a key relationship.
But I mean, even one of your team.
One of my team. What's Kestrel doing?
As far as you know, she went home.
She went home. I'd call
Yeah.
Kestrel.
Okay. So this will give. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll leave it with the call, right? Like if you hit the button on your KIA, it starts to ring. We'll pick up next time with Kestrel either answering it or not. That's a Kestrel choice. And then we can resolve the final, like, if Kestrel can help you kind of get your shit together or not.
Okay.
We'll pick up with that next time because I think that's a good kind of break.
And I really just said like muscle memory, probably Kestrel, because that's probably the last person I like in particular like reached out to. It's just like, okay, recall, like call back. That's it. Like that's all I can manage. So,
You just hit redial.
redial. Thank you. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
See what happens.
That makes sense to me. But yeah, that I think is the perfect place to wrap it up for this evening. We got lucky.
Did we?
I mean, if your roll had been a little higher, it could have been bad. Like you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
okay.
that kind of stress breakdown is not a good time for a replicant.
Yeah.
And depending on how quickly you can get your shit together is if we're going to have to do a baseline test.
Oh.
Like if people find out,
I mean, you are in the middle of
then that's it. I mean, yeah.
LAPD.
I know.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see next time how that goes. Anyway, thank you, Internet, for joining us this evening for episode 12 of our Burning Bright actual play. We will be back next week. I think there's nothing in the way of that. We're back to regular life from the weirdness of holiday season, especially this week.
Always.
I don't know about everybody else, but I still feel like I'm in this weird like holiday liminal space of like
Yeah.
my kids aren't back to school yet.
Not quite started back.
and-
Yeah.
And like my wife's not back to work yet either.
Oh.
But it's the holidays are done. It's weird. This having the actual holidays be on Monday is
Weird.
Yeah. We need to advance a few years down the road. Well, this year's a leap year, so
Yeah,
next
this will be
year
a
will
Wednesday.
Wednesday, so I guess that's a little better.
Long weekend.
A little.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks again. I have been CADave. Next week I'll be back to Dave the Divering on Monday to see what the fuck's gonna happen next, because who knows there. It's just as weird as this in an entirely different way. We'll go around the table. We'll start at this side with Cousteau.
Hello, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the wonderful clipping. I hope Kai recovers from this tonight. Thank you for watching us. My name's Cousteau. I played Fjor Rotari, a veteran Cityspeaker having a horrible replicant breakdown. And you can find me on the internets, the social media, Twitter, X, Instagram, at Cousteau Magee. And I have a lot of projects, a lot of irons in the fire, but mostly I'm just working to increase representation in gaming and game design for people of color, people with disabilities. So I work around with different games, primarily D&D and Pathfinder right now, but I love all games. So feel free to follow me. Thank you.
Cheers, Joey.
Hey everybody, I'm Joey. You can catch me on all the socials at Feywild, Feywilde, or Feywild85. Nothing else really going on at the moment. I should be finding out more about this upcoming season of Drinkspear in the next week or so, and then I can hopefully start getting that information out to y'all. Also, the new season of Drag Race premieres on Friday, so expect lots of posts about my opinions on that, which don't matter at all, but I have them. So be ready.
I'm Kai. I have been Haru. You can find me all over the internet as Estelle of Imladris. Gosh, I have so many things going on. Last week, I ended 2023 with the release of a podcast episode that I recorded as a guest player with a podcast called Queers and Spears. You can find them at Queers with the letter N Spears. On all podcast places, playing a special one-shot of God Killer, a PBTA game by Connie Chong, where it's just me and the GM, and it's literally the God and the God Killer. And I played the God Killer, Jal the Blighted, so that was a super fun time killing a god. Normal times were had by all. You can find that on all podcasting platforms, and then you can find me on Saturday with the premiere of Arc 2 of the Chaos Protocol from Transplanter RPG, which is an all transgender, people of color led actual play series set in a non-colonial anti-orientalist multiverse. Haha! I looked at my notes.
That was good.
You knocked it out of the park this week.
I did it this time, where we are coming back after our extremely dramatic and climactic finale in the Wild Sea, and the conceit of the series is that we are actually, we are multiversal travelers, and so for every new plane of existence that we go to, we will be doing a new game system because we have to obey the new rules of the new multiverse. So last arc was the Wild Sea, and the new arc we just announced is going to be set in City of Mist. So catch the beginning of Arc 2, and you can catch up on all of our stuff on VOD and podcasts and all that stuff at Transplanter RPG. You can see me play a very sad gay purple cowboy doing that. So that's it for now. Yes. That's all for now.
Okay, Sam.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sam. I have been Kestrel, your freshly minted civilian who is a little bit still confused about the transition. You can find me on the internets at Red Pandroid on most of the socials, where I forgot to post it on New Year's, but I have a picture of my dog wearing a tuxedo, so I'm going to post that. You should definitely look at it because he's very cute. Also, in promoting things, a very good friend of mine just released her first book, which is a monster romance. You guys you know that I don't like those at all. It is very good. It's on Kindle Unlimited right now, the ebook. I have an advanced copy of the paperback, which should be coming out soon. The book is called. Oh,
there you go.
Yeah,
Right in front of the face.
right in the
Cover your
right in front of the
face.
face.
Yeah.
The book is called Shadows Light. The author's name is Sylvie Hellstaff. You can follow her on Instagram and TikTok if you want to updates on when the paperback is going to come out. But please go check it out. It's very good, and I would love it if you would read it. If you're interested in that sort of thing. Also, it's not for kids. It's spicy, much like our game.
Very good. Yes. Thank you for that warning. My kids read a lot.
They should not read this.
Yes. Someday they're welcome to it. But
Someday.
that day
Yeah.
is not this day.
No.
Over 18s.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks again for joining us. A huge thanks to James in the chat for keeping things safe and happy. And a huge thanks to all of the Patreon members that help support the channel at large. it is the donations from you guys every month that help us have a place to be and keep the lights on and keep the internet running and all of that. So we appreciate it very much. I can't wait to do our wrap-up session at the end of this game for all the people on Patreon that get a little behind the scenes of all of the GM prep that I didn't get to use.
About all the things that we missed
I'm so sorry.
as a
We
bunch
could
of
say that.
chaotic monsters.
Yeah.
It is the life of the GM.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have stuff that, if you don't have a pile of things at the end of a campaign that you made up but didn't use, then either you're one of those people that veers too far
Improv.
into the
lazy.
what was the ogre, the
Shrek?
No, it was there was this whole big discussion on the the ancient times of the podcast about we had a term that was used about this something ogre, where like you prep an encounter with an ogre and your players choose to go way the hell out of the way.
Oh yeah, I've heard that
And
term.
not
right.
not encounter your ogre at all, and you're like, well, fuck it, and I'm just gonna move that ogre and put it in front of them anyway.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Where you're just taking away their player agency.
Yeah.
Like either you're doing that or you are somehow a miracle worker that can read the minds of your players. But at that point, why would you want to GM a game? Because if you can read people's minds, go be Professor X and be better.
You can save the world with that ability. Why are you running tabletop?
So much more things you can do.
But also be better than Professor X.
Oh God,
Well,
yes.
okay,
Listen.
But you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
he's trying to do something more than reading his players' minds as a tabletop game. Although now I want to see Patrick Stewart's Professor X doing that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, for sure, he stayed up some night with a bunch of the nerd kids running a game for them. Anyway, thanks again for joining us. We'll catch you next Tuesday back here, just like normal. Bye.
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 Bye.